Okay, guys, Grand Rising, right? Who wants to fucking wake up in the AM and tell anybody or hear from anybody good morning? What are we going to a fucking wake? Did our uncle die? What happened? You know what I mean? The words we speak, guys, are so incredibly fucking important. It's unreal. We keep ourselves. It's a spell. That's why they call it spelling. It's magical. It's spell casting. It's witchcraft. So we got to be really, really careful. I'm telling you, everything you say, think, and do, every single thing matters. And if you're like, well, I'm so busy, I do a million things a day. I think a million things. I say a million different things. Exactly. And that's the trap they got us caught in, is just so fucking busy that we can't slow down to figure anything out. Until you take that time to slow down, guys, you are never, ever going to figure anything out. I made a huge breakthrough with my child healing, guys. This is gonna blow. It blew my fucking mind. So I got home yesterday. I got off work. I mean, I could barely move. I was just. It takes everything out of me. I woke up. I got up this morning. The mornings are extremely fucking difficult. I just got these cold chills. I mean, my whole body from head to toe is freezing cold. I'm bundled up in sweatshirt, long pants. Don't want to get out of bed. I sweat the whole night before, just nasty, thick sweat. Guys, I have so much to update you on that is going to blow your fucking mind. I just need to get a day off here, so that way I can gather my thoughts together. But I'm going to put together a video, like I've been saying, of this supplement stuff. But guys, if you are not researching, this is what you need to do. Make your research easy. Do not research these companies. Do not research these fucking brands. Do not research the packages where they put 50 different products into one thing. Start doing this, because this is the one thing that I noticed throughout all the fucking hours worth of fucking research I've done so far on these supplements and on how to get rid of parasites, is that everybody, nobody can deny that the most effective way, the most safest and most effective way of doing it is the natural herbs, which are so cheap, so incredibly cheap, so incredibly available, guys. Listen, that's where you need to start off with. You need to go with like your, I can't even remember. I've got such a blank right now. I can't fucking remember, but that's what you want to start off with. Start researching your individual herbs. Oh my God, I can't even remember one of them. But, start doing that. I'm going to come out with a video. I'm going to show you my regimen. I'm going to show you the fundamentals for the protocol, which would be, the herbals, the cleaning up your diet. You have to clean up your diet. If you aren't going to clean up your diet, there's no sense of doing anything, because you're just reintroducing. You're just refeeding everything that you're trying to get rid of. So if you're not willing to clean up your diet and make these lifestyle changes, and you're still, like I said, clinging onto one world and hoping for the best of both worlds, you're never going to get it, and you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to lose it. So yeah, I will be coming out with a video again with the biofilms and how to break those down. Guys, I don't know. You tell me. What research have you fucking done? I'll tell you this right now, that if what I was shitting out for 2.5 months thereabouts while I was doing my 125-day juicing, if what I was shitting out, that some reason I fucking looked at every fucking day, 4 or 5 times, however many times I was shitting that day, every single time I look in the toilet and see this floating stuff at the top, and it looks like goo or oil or whatever would float on top of water, like a clear blob, I don't know how to explain it, but like all over the top of the toilet, and it's like I wasn't putting it together, and that's got to be the biofilm. And so, if you're doing your juicing, if you're doing your, cleaning up your diet, if you're trying to switch your diet over to if you're trying to switch your diet over to making, you know, this vessel of yours inhospitable and uninhabitable to these parasites, these bad parasites and bad bacteria, you know, then it's going to happen. So you want, you know, lemon, you want your, man, I am heavy on lemon, heavy on cilantro, heavy on ginger, cayenne pepper, papaya seeds. You want to cut your papaya in half and gut the whole half with the seeds and throw it in a blender. I don't even juice it. I throw it in a blender so I have the whole thing in there. The great thing about juicing, guys, is that it gives your stomach a rest, and I think that's why it's so effective if you're doing an anti-parasitical like protocol with your diet while you're juicing, instead of just doing like oranges and grapefruit and shit that makes you feel good. You know, if you're actually doing it for a reason and your intention is set to make an environment unhospitable to these cocksuckers, then, you know, you want to include half a papaya. Do not juice it. I throw that in a blender and then put it in with my juiced watermelon juice and shake it up, right? But in that, so I got a whole thing for that. Guys, I'm gonna really let you guys in on the lowdown on what's going on. I mean, I got some unbelievable, easy, cheap things. I had I've been gargling and rinsing my mouth out every night with hydrogen peroxide. Oh, wait till you guys see what the fuck I have to show you on that. But last night after I did it, my tongue turned black and gray. I started getting a little like freaked out, because I mean, it was like literally black and gray. I don't know if it's still showing up now. I can't see. It's too fucking sunny out here. But yeah, so it, you know, I was sort of freaking out, but I looked up and it said, hey man, if you're rinsing your mouth out with hydrogen peroxide, it's pulling the fucking chemicals and the heavy metals out. And that's why your tongue's going to be black and gray. Yeah, man, I'm hitting this thing on every front, and it's so much bigger than what I could have ever imagined. One thing I want to show you guys. So, you know, this roof here, okay, this is a basic metal roof. I do every type of roofing, but you guys have seen me on these metal roofs the most. But you know, this run here is about 40 feet. These pans are about 15 feet long. This run here is about probably 60 feet or so. Again, another 15 foot on your pans. So I've been out here. This is my third day out here. I've been doing all these patches. You can see I'm sealing everything. That's all caulking, guys. That's all fucking caulking. That's beautifully placed and slicked. I mean, that is professional. You won't see that kind of work right there. That is top of the game. You don't get any better than that. But yeah, you can see I've been. So what I want to show you now, this is I'm trying to make a point here. This is my scraper. You see how the paint was all scraped? This whole fucking roof got touched with a 3.5 inch scraper, every square inch of this. And this is just the upper roof, guys. I have a whole bottom roof that wraps around. See that roof down there? That wraps all the way around. Every single square inch gets touched with this. I am a master troubleshooter. This is what I do. I've been doing this almost 20 years of my life. I am a master troubleshooter. What is a master troubleshooter? A master troubleshooter doesn't take and look at symptoms and fix symptoms. They get down to the root cause of things. I will spend a whole day with a 3.5 inch scraper and touch every square inch and make sure that the job is done correctly and find any default and fix anything that needs to be fixed. That is what I do. I'm a master at this. This is how I approach life. I take my 3.5 inch fucking sharp as a fucking tack goddamn mind, and I go to town on shit, guys. The only reason I have missed the dire necessity and the huge role that these parasites have been playing is because I'm trying to fucking explain to everybody. They have placed, what they do is, again, through the generational parasites, they are placing a veil, let's say, over top of your, I don't know if it would be the pineal gland, but it's the access to the faculties of your mind, okay? And what it does is it is allowed, okay, so any time you get an inkling to do something, you get an inkling to think something, whatever, you're sending a chemical signal to your brain. Now, if you have something up there that's intercepting, that's wiretapping, and your enemy is able to wiretap and know your movements and your thoughts and what you're going to do and what you're thinking, what you're planning, what you're plotting before you can fucking do it, you are going to be fucking stonewalled at every fucking turn. And that is what has been happening to me. And I'm just sitting there scratching my goddamn head and I'm going, why the fuck does this keep happening? I mean, it's like they got the jump on me on every fucking go round, right? I mean, how did I miss this parasite thing? Everything that I've been doing and saying and trying to figure out is all related back to this parasite thing. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, how am I missing it? And that's got to be, and I'm not denying it. I'm not trying to water it down. This is what's going on. They have access to it. If I sat there and I fed that shit for 40 years, and I'm just going to expect to just say, oh, no, guys, I got it now. I'm going to take the control again. I'm going to get, you guys can take a rest, take a break now. I'm going to grab the controls here. I got it from here on out. These motherfuckers are like, yeah, okay, fuck you. Mute me on the bounty, bitch. We're going to fucking show you who's boss. And that's what's going on right now, guys. It's that simple, because this shit is so easy to see. It's just very difficult when it's right in your face, right? It's very difficult when you have something intercepting your thoughts and your plans and your actions prior to doing it. That's why the only thing that you do is that matters is what you do, what you say, what you think. None of that shit matters, because you can hold all the knowledge up here. You can be able to speak all the knowledge and preach it out like a fucking fiery brimstone preacher. But if you are not living moment by moment in every detail of your life according to how you know is correct, and you're just letting it go blasé, and you're like, oh, it doesn't matter, oh, don't be so uptight, oh, just relax, you are being tricked, manipulated, and fucked with, and gotten to go against your better judgment and seek self-destruction rather than your health. Okay, now I'm going to update. Actually, man, I think I'm going to stop this there, and then I'll because I just spent 12 minutes talking about everything except for what I want to tell you guys about. So I'm going to stop this, make a brand new video, and tell you exactly what happened with my breakthrough in my childhood work last night.